Hello, hello, hello. So I'm gonna get somewhere in here. So I now have a TBR cart, and I think I filmed one of these before, but it just kind of died into the ether netherworld. But I decided to show you what's currently on my TBR cart. So these are the books that I will be reading in the near future. The top rack is what I'm reading in the near future. Below that, it's just other books that will go on the top rack. Anyway, top rack, we've got Homer Hickams' The Keeper's Son, Full Moon by Jim Butcher. I read the first book of the series like years and years and years ago. I hardly remember it. But I feel like this is a series that you don't really have to remember. At least I'm hoping it is. That's my goal. That's my hope here. Carrie by Stephen King, which is of course a reread. Draw One in the Dark by Sarah A. Hoyt, which is, I believe, some kind of paranormal urban fantasy situation, maybe science fiction-y. I've got Pardon Me, You're Stepping on My Eyeball by Paul Zindel. Got In the Dark by Richard Lehman. This is also a reread. This was actually my favorite Richard Lehman book I've read. I really enjoy it. I think it's really stupid, but it has a couple aspects that I really enjoy. First up, completely useless male characters, and also there's like a weird cannibalistic sex slavery in a mansion thing happening. It's really weird. It's a great book. It's not, but it's fun. Then we got Hunt the Fae by Natalia Joster, which is the second book in the Vicious Fairies series, so that should be fun. I actually read like the first chapter, so I'm like 12 pages in, but it's on my TBR cart because I have no real idea when I'm going to finish it. Oh my god. Germinal by Émile Zola. I read this book in French when I was in college, and I'm very excited to actually read it in English because I grasped what was going on, but I think I could grasp it better if it was in a language that I spoke fluently and not semi-fluently. So I've got Secrets of the Shopping Mall by Richard Peck. I've got Weather Witch. Oh, this is a book 3. That means that this has got to go off there because I haven't read the first 2. Wonderful. Oh man, look at that. That's got to go off the TBR cart. Never mind, I don't have that. I have The Binding by Bridget Collins. I don't remember what this is about. I forget who I saw read this. But it's apparently kind of dark academia, so that's exciting and fun. I've got another reread, The Drawing of the Three. Actually, I reread this one this year, but we'll reread it. That's what has to happen. We've got The Store by Bentley Little, which has seen better days, but there's the side. I haven't read a Bentley Little book yet. I'm very excited to read one. I'm just gonna pop this off because it's falling off anyway. This one I've heard really fun things about. I kind of think it's gonna be similar to Needful Things. I'm hoping so anyway. I love Needful Things. And then the last book on the top shelf, so last book that is in the near future, or a possibility to be the next book I read, is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Again, dark academia stuff, which I enjoy. All right, let's put those back. That will actually fit on there, and kind of just squeeze it in at the top, which is nice. Shelf 2 is ideally books that I've gotten recently, but that's the idea that I had after I filled up the TBR cart. So some of these are not books I've gotten recently. Actually, most of them are not books I've gotten recently. And actually, there are even some books I've gotten recently that are on the third thing. But Shelf 2 will at one point be books I've gotten recently. So we've got The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley. This was actually my oldest writing friend, Emma Riva. Read her book, Night Shift in Tamaqua. I don't speak Pennsylvanian. She is my oldest writing friend. We met on Lord of the Flies fanfiction.net archive in like 2010. But she recommended this book to me because it's about hockey and it's also about Native American girls. So that should be fun. Also picked up another one not picked up. This is not a book haul, but I have The Devil Takes You Home by Gabino Iglesias. I follow this author on Twitter, and I see a lot of his stuff about this book being like gory and woke. So it just looks really fun. I'm excited. All right. And I've actually only got 4 more. I've got Gifts by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is not a recent one that I've received. Neither are the rest of these. Nosferatu, not a recent one. Dawn, which is a VC Andrews. I had to double check, make sure this was not also a second book in a series. It's not, it's the first in this series. Is this the Dawn series? It's not gonna tell me, but. And then I also have Dragon Charm by Graham Edwards, which I've had so long. I don't even have anything written in the front. When I get new books, I'll just show you in my ones that are. So when I get new books, in the front, I write my name, when I received it, when I started reading it, when I finished reading it, and when my rating. This used to just be read, but I decided to add a start and finish date just because it just seemed right. But I do that now. I have had a lot. I've been doing at least the received, read, and rating for a while, but or at least a couple of years, year and a half at least. But this, I think, it helped me understand better when I received these books. Like this one I got in December. That was a while ago at this point. But I've had books in here that I've had since literally, I've got Blood Red Road by Maura Young in that wall, and I've had that in that book wall since I was a junior in fucking high school. That was 9 years ago. So it's been a while for some of these books. And so now, ideally, this last shelf of my TBR cart is going to be books from the book wall behind me. When I get new books, I put them over in the corner, and then when I empty that shelf, I can move them over. But the books behind me are books that have been on the book wall since, 2022. My goal is this year. Last year didn't happen, but this year I want to not take any new books into 2024. And I do have a book buying restriction thing that is working. It's been working for over a year now. And so I'm down quite a bit, but I still have, over 2,000 books to read. But it's 2017. So that's how many books I have. So we're getting close to that 2,000 mark. Anyway, last shelf. So I've got Cirque du Freak, A Living Nightmare by Darren Shan. This is book 1 in the Cirque du Freak series. We've got The Immortal by Christopher Pike. We've got Where Are the Children by Mary Higgins Clark. I've also had for a while. No, this one I did receive in 2021. All right. Oh, this is another book in a series I haven't read. This is The Wizard's Dilemma, book 5 in a series, which means I can't read it. So that's going away. We've also got Captain's Fury. I have read the first 3 books in the Codex Alera. I'm pretty sure. I know I've read the first 2. I'm pretty sure I read book 3. And The Perfect Nanny. And this is what I was talking about here, where I've got one. This is one I received relatively recently, and that is Death Note Volume 9. We've got The Presence by John Saul. I Was Cicero by Eliasa Bosna. The Buried Pyramid by Jane Linskold. I think this is not in a series. I hope it's not, because if it is, I'm gonna have to. No, it's not. Okay, we're good. All right, then we've got Hide Your Fear by Kevin O'Brien. He's a fun thriller author. The Selected Essays of Montaigne by Montaigne, French, philosopher. Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad. 4 Past Midnight by Stephen King, reread. And my last handful, Lying Low by Diane Johnson. The Druid of Shannara, but this is another one in a series I have not started. So, get away. Then The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins, otherwise known as Art Baker's favorite book. And second in an all-new series. So this has really done some good things for me, cleaning this out of books that I have not read the first Big Mess series of. What those goes, they go into a stack next to my new books, and then eventually, ideally, once I finish all of these books, I will have read the series. If I own them, I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's my current TBR cart. That's what we're looking at. That's where we're going. This, yeah. That's it. That's all I have today. I'll talk to you later and goodbye.